Someone has the radio open? The tape here. Who has here tape? A phone open? Who has a phone open could close the phone because we cannot hear. Okay. You go like this. Today we continue with Hashem V'Sad Shema, yesterday's word. Sabi Mikelem, he says a person has bateva opposite koichos. He has one midas called, example that he brings is called Rachman, and there's some midas called Achzor. To be one guy to be Achzor, one is to be Rachman, one is to be mercy, and another is to be cruel. So you have here two opposites midas. And these pieces tell you, you cannot say, I go according to my body. Means, I go natural. How my body goes is natural. I have a natural how it goes. But natural is, because naturally you have opposite koichas, it cannot be natural. Again, he says a svara, that it says a svara, a very strong svara. You have, every person has a midah of Rachman. I'll give you an example. Midah of Rachman or midah of Achzor. So now, if you go according to your natural way you're born, natural way, so by definition is, you're not able to come out to do the midah of to be Achzor in the right time, and to do Rachman in the right time. It won't work. What? What?
There is no in between.
No, because it doesn't work. I give you because I'll give a moshel to understand. I give a moshel to understand. Example to understand what I mean. Outside was this big rabbi, famous rabbi, lived in Israel. He passed away. He's called Yankele Galinsky. Famous. He was called the Rosh Yeshiva. Used to call him the Magid. He was called a Magid. He was very short. He was short like this. He was a big tzaddik. Okay, the Messias Nefesh he had. Listen to Messias Nefesh. How he passed the Holocaust. I tell a story. You tell a story. You have to know the story how this person is very short. He was born. So how he left for the Germans. So he went in a car, in a galgal. You know what's a galgal? A wheel. So they moved from the border. He went in the galgal inside, and he round himself for like 100 miles, like from here to the street. It's like so he went in. He put himself galgal, and he went himself like that, back and forth, like that. And this he left, able to run away in Germany from one place to another place. And he's able to escape. He was very small. So and he used to be a dash. So Shiva used to like it very much. He says the dash he used to stand on the wall. He used to sit on the table, stand on the table and give a drasha. I myself saw it myself. He used to give. So this person is a marshal that everybody knew and he saw it. He's called a dash. You know what a dash means? He used to give drashas. So he comes to a wedding, and he dances and is happy. And after 10 minutes of that, after the wedding, he goes to base Avelus. On Sunday, he goes to base Kvoros, to a funeral. And he sees him crying. And after 5 minutes of that, he goes to another wedding. And he's dancing, is happy. And then he goes after another 10 minutes, he goes to another wedding, to another Avelus. Funeral. So he says, how you can do it? What is this? He says, emotionally, how you can do it? You feel emotionally this way. How you move your emotions immediately the other way. And the other way that. This is called you don't go according to nature of your body. You're called a chacham, and you know how to all your motions is in your hands, and you can move your emotions how you want to move it. Some days to be mercy, some they have to be cool, some they have to be anger, some they have to be every your midos are not control. You control your midos. Now, but what is the biggest problem? From all this to is the biggest problem. A person wants to live life, easy life. What is easy life? Who I am, this is I want to be. So I live myself what naturally happens. I live myself natural way. Because I'm a person, animal person. I live an animal way. So like saying like I have a desire to eat, I desire to drink, I desire to sleep, I have a desire to walk, woman, type, everything is this natural teva. These are people, most people in the world want to live natural way. How unnatural? I live naturally way. But because Hashem made a person in opposite koichos, he has in him mercy, and him also has cool. So then when he be the time when he's cool and when he's to be happy, when he has to be happy, when he has to be sad, when is that? The only way he can do is chachma. Chachma. You have to medam et Hashem chachma. So if you leave yourself naturally, so your natural way you can make a mistake. And now you're not able to do it, move it, like this person. Naturally, if you're happy so much, after 5 minutes you cannot be sad, because the body has effects. You drink a bottle of wine, you're happy, and after 2 minutes, you cannot be, a body tells you opposite. But only someone who's in control of himself is a chacham, and he can take his body, I can be happy now, and I can be sad then. I can be mercy here, and I have to be achzori here, because the master of himself, and his hands are koichos. So this is the first lesson. You don't let your body is like it is. This is me. I have to know who I am, and use the body, how Hashem, to medam it to Hashem. You have to emulate Hashem. And Hashem has mercy and the right time, and he has cool in the right time. Hashem runs the world, everything in the right time, and the right place, and the right person. Why Hashem punished Shaul? Because he had mercy on who? Hanagag, and at the right time. Why Hashem, everything has to the right time and the right moment. If you have to, it's called, you have to be, it's called, koichos, called Samikelem. Koichos ifchim. You have in you strength, the opposites. And only Chachma can tell you when to use this koyach and that koyach. But if you leave yourself according to the natural way, so then you always make mistakes. You cannot do that. You cannot handle it. Hashem did it by nature that way because you must work with Chachma. Hashem made it that way that you cannot live your life according to natural, according to Teva. Because you look at Teva, you opposite koichos. And it goes from all the, if you look in Chovos HaLevavos, he says, if you look at the all Ochet Tzadikim, all Ochet Tzadikim is built for one chapter of Chovos HaLevavos. And Chovos HaLevavos has a list of all koichos ifchim. Chovos HaLevavos is a list. You have Busha, opposite is Azus. Sometimes you have to have Busha, I say Busha, be Hashem, and by Hashem. Sometimes you have to have Azus. Shy is something you have to be like by Shalomed, you have to be so you have all the opposite midos. So only the summary kind of says Chacham knows that it means Chacham knows that he's in control of himself, and he knows how to take himself and take himself in his hands, and he knows to take his body and something like this and something like that. And Moshe Rabbeinu is an example that he was a master of himself, and he knew one son is honor mikol honor, and the same way he had gvura and he had to scream and yell on Anshe Chayil and Midian, the army. He knew he had the both. He was the honor of mikol honor. He was the humble mikol person. In the same way he had to scream and yell. And the guy is the Rosh Yeshiva Sechat Bracha. He was a master of himself, so something needs to nice and good, something needs to be yelling people. You have to know how to be. It's not because natural way, this is me, someone touches me, I scream and yell and shout. It doesn't go that way. You have master of yourself, and sometimes you have to use this midah, sometimes you don't do that midah. You're a master now to use the koiches. And every person has koiches ifchim. Every person's opposite koiches. Yes. What? First thing, I don't hear you. First thing is you shut it loud, you don't hear you.
The Rosh Yeshiva Zikron Tzaddik Kaddish Bracha used to give the example of how we know that Moshe Rabbeinu mastered himself.
Yes.
Because there was a king who went to get a picture of Moshe Rabbeinu when they brought back
Right,
the
right,
picture.
right.
He thought he was a thief.
Right.
And an evil person.
Right.
But Moshe Rabbeinu was the most...
Right, that says opposite. He took himself, he changed himself. But I'm talking here, I'm in
His natural way would have been to be evil.
But listen, this is leave yourself natural way, you become evil. Right. But I'm showing here how to use a person, I can give him a moshel. Hashem is Rachman, and also Kain Nekom is Hashem. Hashem has Kulei Chesed, but in some way Hashem is Nekomos, he fights. So make up your mind. So you have to know when yes or no. It's called Chochmah. You have to use Chochmah, wisdom. Without wisdom, you cannot do it. I mean, you have to be a master of yourself to know when to use, but you have to use Chochmah. When yes, when no. But if you leave yourself naturally, so by definition, you're not using Chochmah. You're losing your body, using your will, your desires. And that somebody could hurt you, could punch you in your face. So what you do in that moment, you punch it back. But sometimes you have to push them back. Sometimes you lose all your life. You can lose all your family. With that midah of someone to touch you, you give back. Your wife sometimes can give you a bad word, and you give it back. You can lose the family, or family. Give him back. And the komos, you touch me, I'll give it back. But sometimes you have to go, you have to punch back. When yes or no. The chacham, you have to be a chacham. There's the piece here. You have to be a chacham to know when yes and when no. There's the chachma. You have to emulate Hashem. Because Hashem knows when we knew, Hashem teaches you, now it does the, after we know these things, now it gives you two definitions. To know the work this means you have to be a chacham. To know this piece of it, you have to be a chacham and you have to be a tzaddik. And now he says like this. But it goes together. Read the second page. V'hine be'emes. Second page, v'hine be'emes. V'hine be'emes is the second side of the page. V'hine in the middle of the page. V'hine be'emes. Enkel chodosh. You have it, Reb Chaim? You have it? Enkel chodosh. Mishu tzadik yoyte mechukom. How much you more tzaddik, you more smarter. Again, we say have to be a chacham. So he tells you, how much you more tzaddik, you're more chacham, you're more smart. So you have to be smart, but to be a tzaddik, you have to pay him. It goes together. It's not, you see, in university, if you go to learn to be a doctor, so it doesn't make you a tzaddik, it doesn't mean you're a better doctor. But Torah goes that way. How much you more tzaddik more? you're more chacham. He continues, says. Mechukam yoitem ekol mile de alma, ki aboire boro mile de shmaya u boro mile de alma. How much more smart, you're more tzaddik, you understand the world better. This world. You know what's going on in this one, that. How much you more tzaddik, you more chacham, you understand this world, or your mazeh. You understand what's going on with this world, you know what's going on better. So you would think to say, the rabbis don't know what is going on in politics. Emotion. The tzaddikim. They don't know about, they know more than the politicians themselves. They're 10 times more. I want to tell a story. When I was a Botzer Yeshiva, so we used to hear Shlomo Shadron. That's how I wrote. So that time was no videos. It was not. It was only movies. Movies used to go to Cinematheque to see movies. So one time he comes to the Shiur. He says, "I want to show you how a movie goes in all the type of movies." And he shows you. He's in a dark room. You see a movie and this type of movie, and this type of movie, that movie. He told us, and like all the types of movies. One starts, the wins, you know, he tells us in 10 minutes, all the foundation of all the movies in the world. He gives us a cloud, how all the movies go. You know, it starts, the beginning, he tells you, and you know, all this chacham of all the movies. And then he says, he saw it, and I said, I never saw a movie in my life. He says that. He told us, you think I saw a movie? I never saw a movie in my life. But you know, all the wisdom, exactly what's going on in a movie, from beginning till the end, and exactly when it goes, exactly beginning and everything. Without even know what's going on, never been there before. The chacham and the tzaddikim know exactly what's going on, even without, it doesn't have to be there. So everybody makes a big mistake. Biggest mistake. They think, they say rabbis and the Beis Medrash, they don't know what's going on in politicians. Today people say that today. It's a big mistake that people mistake. The rabbi doesn't know in business. The rabbi doesn't know who knows what. He doesn't know what's going on and who knows what. He doesn't know how to handle the army, how to handle the Arabs. He doesn't know how to handle the people. A big mistake. They know much more, even more than the president of Israel. They know much more, even the head of the army, the head of the police. The rabbis don't even more. They don't have to talk about it. They don't have to say it. It's not their job. They know to shut up their mouth. They don't talk about it because then it's not their job. They know everybody has their job. They know the place. They don't have to talk. But chachma-wise, they talk about wisdom-wise, not the wisdom-wise, they know how to handle it. Oh, exactly. The famous story, the older Rabbi used to ask people how to do it. I know my father-in-law, my father-in-law used to be chief rabbi of a city. All the doctors, all the city come to him, all the lawyers and all the people. So every day talk to him advice how to handle the problems. He just said him all. He used to come all doctors and lawyers and business people. All they said with him, big people, how to handle the problems because he was raised because he was a Talmid Chacham. And you know exactly, he used to come to him how they handle the problems. The Chachamim, how much you more again? How much you more tzaddik? You're more smarter, and you must understand exactly what's going on in the world, everything. So now, what comes out of this? How it comes out of it? Because we have to use opposite kochos. Because everyone has opposite koch. Everyone opposite energies. You have laziness and zrizus. When you use laziness, I mean, the Eshta Chazonish. Why comes the biggest masvid? The Chazon Ish was the biggest masvid in the world. Yadua. She says, I'm the biggest lazy person in the world. I took the laziness midah and I use it for learning. I don't get up out of the chair only if after I use the midah of laziness and I don't get up and I sit in a chair for 12 hours and I use the laziness for learning. He was a master of himself. use the laziness for learning. And when it comes to mitzvahs, he ran up and he ran. And not his famous story, when it came to ask, he ran even quicker than people know how to jog. He ran even than one of them. When it came to mitzvahs, he ran. Because he had the midas lidus. He used it for mitzvahs. The answer is that you have to be a master of your kochos inside of you. And all the midas. Want to be quiet, want to talk. If you not have a chachma, wisdom, sometimes you talk crazy things, you talk not the right time, not the right people, not the right thing, and what comes, you're only hurting yourself. Because you have to use chachma. And the chachma tells you, you're spending energy, it's not the right time, talking the right thing, So you're losing all your energy because you're not talking the right thing, the right moment, the right thing. But if you have a chachma, you know how much to talk, what to talk, and which voice to talk, and how much a person can handle. This is, you have to be a chacham, and you understand the world better. You understand how much other person can hear you, and how much person, you understand the other person, what's going on in the other person. And not only yourself, you see the other people, you see other pictures, you see what's going on. You know how to handle, you know how to handle your chacham. And this goes in all midas, because we have opposite koiches, and you cannot let our body to roll. You cannot let our body to run our body, our life. Our body doesn't run our life. We have to be a master of our body, and we use with chachma and to do when yes, when no. When you have to say to your wife no, when you have to say yes. Sometimes you have to say yes, sometimes you say no. When you know what to do, when yes. You have to be a chacham. You learn to have to be a chacham. You have to have Torah, or gives you the chacham, tell you when yes, when no. Because we don't know what to do. You know, go to the supermarket, you have seven types of gefilte fish. 7 types of sardines. You want to buy sardines? 7 types of sardines. Which type of sardines you buy? Which type of vegetable you buy? You have to know. You know, you go to the supermarket. Years ago, it was one type. Today, you want to buy vegetables, this type, 100. You want to buy cereal. There's almost 15 types of cereals to buy. What you buy, you don't buy. It's everything. So you have to have the chokhmah. So you have to have the chokhmah. You have to learn the ikar, tofel. When yes, when no. You have to have the chokhmah. You have to be chokham, and you understand what's going on in the world. This is, learning this week, is to know you have to be we are opposite koiches. So the opposite koiches gives you what? By definition, you know when to use this meter. This is the ikar piece of this piece. You have to know you have opposite koiches in you, and you must know when to use this meter. When you have to, but you must, because if not, by definition, you won't able to handle both. You want not this and not that. This is the chiddush. This is the chiddush here. If you leave your body like it is, I listen to everybody. When it comes to mitzvah, sometimes you have to stand up and yell. So you won't do it. So it will come out. You're not doing the right mitzvah. You're not doing Hashem's will. So this is a umnus, is a professional. You have to know how to handle yourself. These things, and how to do it, and how to imitate Hashem, and how to do the thing. And he says clearly, you have to. It starts with Torah. Okay, well, then next week we will talk about that. And then he says here, this is the test of a person. I'll show you where. No, and these things that opposite koiches is a test. Because sometimes you have to know when you use that, when you use that. I'm going to show you. And then the first line, the first page of the line, is bilti tachlis. From the beginning is the second piece. Is you have here the first page. The first page, the first word is kiteva as the first line. The first is bilti tachlis. You have bilti tachlis?
The first paragraph?
The first word in the line is bilti tachlis. The second paragraph. Yes. V'lachein. Mifchan chochmas ha'adam. What is the test of a person is smart? K'sheyetzu mimenu koches afuchim. When your strength, opposite strength, comes out of you, rachma b'mokom shleirachen ve'ach z'mokom shleirachen. You know when to put the right thing in the right moment. This is called you're smart. How you know you're smart? You do the right thing in the right moment. When you have to be mercy, you're mercy. When you have to be cruel, you have to be cruel. This is called smart. This shows a person smart or not. And this is a test of a person. It says, Mifchan Adam, this is a test. How you know smart or not smart? To know if you know in the right, what to do in the right thing in the right moment. When you have to be smart, when you have to do this, this teaches you. When you do that with that, this goof is the test. This is the Mussar this week. We talk about B'ezrat Hashem more. B'siyata d'shmaya. I didn't read inside because I read yesterday everything inside. But today it was because it was a fast, it was hotter. But today I read out, I said everything outside. But basically this is the idea what we learned. And B'ezrat Hashem will continue with how to work on it. And B'siyata d'shmaya will continue what? How to be a master of ourselves and what? And know how to use koichos ifchin. Opposite koichos. Hashem will help with the Siyata D'Shmaya. So all of us use koichos ifchin. Again, everybody say koichos ifchin. Ifchin, opposite. To use opposite koichos. You have to be a master self. Opposite koichos.